All right, welcome back, everybody. We were back with podcast number 3.
Hi.
Doing the robot again.
My mic is going all over the place.
You should have fixed that the whole setup.
I didn't
My
know.
God.
All right, welcome back, guys.
Yeah, welcome
Another
back.
podcast.
So what we're doing this topic on is we're continuing our game design stuff because we didn't finish it. We did the first 3, and then we had the last 3, and we didn't expect for it to go as long as it did. It went way longer with just the first 3.
So we turned this into a 2-parter.
Part 2. And this is before the end of the year, too, so good thing we're wrapping that up.
Yes, it's Christmas Eve right now.
But not for you when you watch it.
Yeah, you're going to be watching this sometime
like
around New
Year's Eve or something. So the 3 topics we're going to be doing is graphics. So graphics in game. That could be 2D, could be 3D, could be textures, could be shaders, could be all that fancy stuff.
Yes.
Could be depth of field, camera work, that kind of stuff. I consider all graphics.
All the things.
And the second one is going to be music. You're probably going to talk more on this. You like all the music stuff. I like music.
I mean, if I feel like it.
But like I do find that I'm not one of those people that are like, oh wow, look at the music in that game. Like,
oh my God, it's changed my life.
So it's probably going to be more you on that than me. And then number 3 is going to be multiplayer. So we're going to be talking about local multiplayer, co-op, competitive co-op, and online like MMOs or just whatever online multiplayer. And games and game design, what works, what doesn't, where they try too hard, and all that kind of stuff.
And on that topic, hey, everybody in Discord, say hi to YouTube. Hey, everybody in YouTube, say hi to Discord. What's up?
Look,
this is the big old Gamer Bus community. Oh, they're all so
you're
cute.
You're fat. That's not a hello.
Hey, Rocket, I will punch you.
Join the cult. I agree. So this is a plug from Bethany to join Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, it's a lovely place. Everybody's happy. Everybody's kind of weird.
Everybody's sucking each other's dicks. Yeah, that's really the most important part.
That's why you should go.
Yeah. Free blowjobs.
Cookie Wednesdays and blowjob every day.
Only in the Gamer Bus Discord. Free blowjobs.
So, yeah, come join us on Discord, and we'd like to have you on future podcasts. That'd be pretty awesome.
There you go. So, game design graphics.
Game just like that. Worst startup. Game design graphics, go.
I don't know. I don't have anything. You go. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is a topic that I think has become more of a argument lately because of lately. Well, I was gonna say as of late, and then in whatever point. I'm so fucking tired. Whatever. So basically, we're almost at a point where technologically we can make like hyper realistic looking figures and characters
with all that ray tracing and stuff.
Exactly. But the question is, do we want that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, so let's open the argument there. Do you want that?
Yeah, I want the I want the full spectrum. Just because we get closer to realism doesn't mean that we're going to lose out on all the stuff that's like 2D.
Right.
And like non-realistic, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is like, I feel like the most beautiful game this year, arguably Horizon Zero Dawn, but pretty definitively Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And that game had zero realism to it. It was just stylized and fucking... Oh, Cuphead was fucking awesome too. But
stuff like the grass and it blowing and stuff, that's realism. That's
I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose so.
How like the lighting happens and stuff. It was a nice blend of both realism and fakeism. Yeah,
but I mean, you don't feel like there's no sense of uncanny valley in Zelda. You don't even risk that. Whereas I played a game like the Call of Duty campaign, Call of Duty World War II, and it may have looked amazing, but anytime a character is speaking, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this thing is about to murder me.
It's just flipping inwards on itself.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable watching this. What is that a picture of?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Keep pictures out of...
Boom, it's a picture of...
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. See,
stuff.
That's actually on topic. So that's fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. Amazingly beautiful game.
Right.
But that one actually was a good example of the Uncanny Valley done right.
Well, one of the things that I think about graphics that a lot of people don't agree with... Hold on, your leg is on my mic thing.
Your mic is on my leg, sir.
There we go. So, one of the things that that is most important about graphics, which you may not know from a business standpoint of games, is actually just selling hype. Because for the most part, if you play a game and you play it for a week, like you don't realize the graphics anymore. You're no longer like looking at a rock and be like, whoa, that's a really amazing rock. Oh my God.
I mean,
like you were the first like you were the first day. Like the first day, you're like, oh my God, look at all this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the grass.
Yeah.
And then a week later, you're like, fuck everything. How do I get from point A to point B and get everything I want really quickly?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, graphics are great intro, and they're great, like, they give a really good feeling.
Yeah.
And that feeling, I know that, I'm going to contradict myself here, but I know that we completely ignore graphics, later on in gameplay.
Yeah.
But that feeling that was generated by the graphics from when you started the first time you played, it still kind of exists within you. While you're playing, you still have that feeling that was developed.
Right, and it's also about making a good first impression.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing from the marketing side of things when you're trying to sell a game.
Sure.
Make it look good, because look good sell. Because one of the hardest things in selling a game is to make people want to buy a game, you have to either make it look good or show enough gameplay to make them want to do the things that are happening in the game.
Yeah.
And in a 30-second commercial, you can't do option B.
Oh, yeah. That's
really
a good point. Yeah.
Like, without, like, information overload.
Yeah.
You probably show off, like, one mechanic.
I feel you. Well, do we want to open this up to, let's open up the pod. Let's see what you guys got to say about it.
Yeah, just in general about all of them. The pod bays are open, by the way. They're open for you to pod. So you can talk about anything from just like what the graphics make you feel like or what you think about them.
Yeah.
If you think they're not important, you can say that too. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
We didn't even scratch the surface in that how many minutes we were just talking. So literally anything graphics related. Let's talk.
All right, we're rolling pod next. Don't worry, you can continue to say pod, by the way, if you want to join.
Rave Gods.
So Rave Gods.
You there, Rave Gods?
Are you here? Are you muted? Are you
doesn't look like he's in the chat, actually.
Rave Gods.
He is not there.
And we say pod next again.
Yeah. Sorry, Rave Gods.
Boom. We got
there he
begins.
Is. Jesus Christ. Hey, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, if you come back to like games like in like 10 years, maybe not so much today, but like you could, like, what is it, like, I guess GoldenEye, which was like huge, I guess.
Yeah.
And now you look back and it's like these look like a bunch of paper crafts.
Yeah,
and stuff.
They look like cardboard men.
Just,
yeah,
it's paper mache.
I don't know.
Yeah,
games like Half-Life, everyone's a Muppet.
Yeah,
that's all I have to really say about that sort of thing.
Yeah, but graphics do as you progress. They often do look worse and worse. It doesn't matter how great they get. Because I mean, even the stuff we see now isn't really that great. It's not even close to realism. But it seems close to us because it's the farthest we've really seen in games. It's sort of like, wow, it's so realistic.
Yeah.
10 years from now, it's going to look like paper mache.
Yeah, they look like they're wet when it rains, but actually they just look like they're made of plastic.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So my question to you, man, is do you think that because graphics have advanced so much and because those graphics are so outdated, does it affect the game? Like, does the game still hold up from a mechanic standpoint? Or is it hard to play now because it's so terrible looking?
I mean, like, I remember after playing a bunch of like the newer Pokemon games, I went back to like Pokemon Black and White.
Yeah.
And the thing with Pokemon Black and White is it's not all sprites, it's not all 3D. It's like this weird, the sprites for characters and moving objects, but everything else is 3D. So it's like they do this weird aliasing thing where everything looks weird and it just sort of.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So you're saying that it is kind of jarring, even though maybe gameplay mechanics and things like that may still hold up. It does affect ultimately how you feel about the game because it's just so jarring.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
You sound depressed about it.
Yeah. Sorry, that's about all I have to say.
It's cool. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah, we're gonna hop on to the next person. Thanks, dude.
Hello. We're doing graphics.
Hey.
What's up, Beefcake?
This isn't a super popular opinion, but one of my favorite games graphically is Dark Souls 2.
Really?
No, that game
really,
is gorgeous.
Aesthetically, I thought that game was really amazing. Like, because you know how you said like later in the game you start to care less about graphics and you start noticing them less and stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like Dark Souls 2, they started you out in this like ruins area, but then like you get through that and you start to get used to it, and they completely change the environment on you.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah, it does that like so many times through the game, and I just thought that was really cool how they did that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. So Dark Souls 2, they do actually do that several times where they take you through like musty areas and darkened areas, like specifically for the purpose of then letting you be jarred when you enter a place like Majula or
right.
Yeah, or something like, because not only is like it's just a pretty area, but also the lighting effects in those areas are fucking stellar.
Yeah,
it is.
It's very possible that they designed it to be that way.
Yeah, I
knowing
think that's
this exact thing.
Yeah, that's very likely.
And I think that the games, like, I think graphics and realisms in games are all that, but I think like the environment. I think that's what sticks out most to me with graphics, is more than like how everything looks, but if like just the background, man. Like
I agree, and I think that goes into something I think about story as well. Just to sidetrack slightly, whenever like I'm thinking of developing a character or coming up with the idea of a character, I actually build the world and the environment around. Not around the character, but I build this entire world and the environment, because then it makes more sense to plop a character in there, because now you know how your character is going to be developed itself, or what are they going to look like, and how they're going to act.
Yeah.
That's a great point, dude. Thanks for bringing it up.
Thanks.
We also
no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one, man. We
Merry
also
Christmas.
Yeah, you too. We forgot about Butterball as well, so we got to bring Butterball in as well.
Yes, of course.
Cool.
So who is?
Let's bring in
Rave Gods.
I think Butterball. Yeah, Rave Gods was the first one that we skipped. I think.
Rave Gods, we're doing a manual. What's up? What's up, Rave Gods? You unmuted. What's up, bro?
Hello.
Hello, you there?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Whoa, dear God.
Little buzzing.
Sorry.
Okay, no, I think you're fine now.
All right, my bad.
No, so what's up?
So on the graphics topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the last like 20 years, it's come so far, because in Doom they just had like cardboard cutouts that they basically just zoomed up on when you were walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to look at the newer graphics, and seeing how far it's come is just dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah. I was replaying through Wolfenstein 3D pretty recently, and I don't know if this was something they did in Doom, but they definitely did in Wolfenstein, where all of the objects in the levels, like any barrels or like crates or anything like that, are just a 2D image. And when you like circle around it, that 2D image stays facing you, and it just does a circle in place.
It's called billboarding.
Billboarding. Okay, you'd probably know more about it than me.
It's a new term.
Okay, cool.
For anyone else that doesn't know, that's actually called billboarding. We use it in particle systems, because particle systems are often just images. But yeah, Doom had that billboarding effect as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't notice it in Doom, but maybe it's just been so long since I saw something like that when I was playing Wolfenstein, I was like, well, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, Doom may have like changed out the sprite as you went around it. I can't remember. I have to double check.
I'm not sure.
I don't either.
It's the same thing though. Like it always is facing the camera.
Just a 2D image that's facing you. Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Rave Gods.
Yeah, no problem.
Love you, boo.
We love you. We love
Yay.
All right. Next up.
Wait. All right. So now we do Butterball.
Butterball.
We're manually unmuting you. Hello, Butterball.
What's up, Butter?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to type whenever you unmuted me.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally let off the mic.
It's
Okay.
good.
So on the topic of game design, so one thing I noticed when I haven't actually played Wind Waker HD yet, but I have the original. But when I was watching on YouTube, and then I went back to play my original for the GameCube, because there's actually, you can play GameCube games on the Wii if you didn't know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went back to play it, I was like, why does this look like shit now?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the unfortunate side effect of so many HD remasters nowadays.
When you have that stark, like, this is what it was and this is what it is, it's very easy to kind of see that difference.
Mm-hmm. But then every time that I've found myself like going in and playing an HD remaster, I'm like, why did I even buy this? I played the original. This doesn't look any better. But then once I get used to that and I look at the original again, I'm like, what the fuck is this garbage?
Yeah, I know. It's such trash. It's like, why is my brain doing this to me?
Yeah. How did I ever think this looked good?
I think the biggest problem I have with HD remasters is that a lot of the times they like sell it at full retail price.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you updated some textures and I gotta pay like $60 for like a texture pack?
That's a very valid point. So what did you paid for, or we're paying for textures being fixed and
maybe some lighting updates.
Maybe that, and then
more polygons. They went through and smoothed out things.
And then the reprinting costs.
Yeah.
And you're gonna charge me $60 for that?
None of the code has changed. Like not a single line of code actually, other than the engine code that has to upgrade the graphics. Not a single line of the game code has to change at all.
Yeah.
Because there's no real like heavy changes in HD Remastered. All the mechanics are the same. All the distances are the same. It's just everything looks prettier.
Yeah. Can I just point out, Monica is saying, Kingdom Hearts, didn't you pay $40 for like a billion games? Yes and no. Because, yeah, they put like 3 or 4 games on each disc, and they were only like not full price. But they did like 6 of them, and they didn't even need to do the first 2. Like, they did 1.5 and 2.5 on PS3 as 2 separate games, and then they re-released them on PS4 as 1.5 and 2.5, and they did the 2.8, and they've done, like, the Rechain of Memories and the Recoded and all that shit. It's like, it's too much. It's too much. I don't want to pay for all that.
Is that one?
No offense, but I have no idea what Kingdom Hearts is.
Oh, sorry. I actually... No, you're fine. Sorry, cool. I got sidetracked about what was happening in chat. Do you got anything to add, Butterball?
No, but pretty much good. You can go to the next person.
Cool,
awesome.
Man. All right.
Thanks
for the
call. Input.
What is this one right here? Hi, hello, good day says, Brett, it's like paying for a better phone. You're paying to get it now. It's your fault for buying it because it's the same game unless it's a definitive edition. No, it's their fault for making it and making me want it.
It's their fault for making me want it.
For making something that I might enjoy.
Hello, Gerardo. I just dropped in that bomb.
Gerardo.
Are you there? We're coming back.
Gerardo.
You came back. You there? You there, bro?
Sorry, Monica. I didn't mean to break your heart. I love me some Kingdom Hearts. Oh, not me. Okay, cool. I'm talking. Sorry, I don't know how Discord... That's okay, man. You know what? We'll come back to you if you can figure it out. If not, we'll get you on the next one. So don't even worry about it.
So I think that's a good amount of people for graphics.
Yeah, obviously we can keep going on about graphics for fucking ever. Yeah, but let's move on to the next topic. I guess
the music. I'm gonna let you lead music because I seriously don't hear the music until like I complete the game and play again.
Okay.
Like the music, I'm sure I feel it and it gets me tense and stuff, but I'm not like my focus doesn't go to it.
Sure. Okay, I see that. Okay, then let's talk about a game that I think has a perfect soundtrack. That's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. There's a song for literally every moment in that game.
Okay.
There's a song playing through Gerudo Valley. Not Gerudo Valley.
Yeah.
Whatever the plains are. I can't even remember what. Hyrule Field.
Yeah.
There's a song that plays for it. Down, 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 down. And it's epic and it's amazing. It's like, oh my god, I'm in this big place. And then Pineapple Monster comes. It's like... and it starts getting epic, and you're like, oh my god, shit's going down, we're about to fight, we're about to fucking go crazy. And then you go and you enter the town and you got the market music. It's about changing your mood in the game based on just a music change. Like, if that was completely silent, Ocarina of Time would be a completely different game.
Yeah, I know that the music changes how I feel and what I do, especially when I go into places and I like you have the aesthetics of the graphics kind of in your face of like what's going on, and then you have music that matches. I definitely do notice when music doesn't match, like when it's just out of place.
Right.
That does catch me. So.
Yeah. And nothing bothers me more than when I'm playing a game and like the music doesn't change when something new happens.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just hear the same fucking like K-pop song like just playing in the background for every single moment of the game. I'm talking about you, Final Fantasy 13. Get on our fucking level. I don't want to hear that Well, I guess it's J-pop, but still. Yeah. Point being, make a score. Let's see. Butterball, did you know music changes your heartbeat?
I feel like it. I've read stuff about that. I don't know. I never knew that, but I've read stuff about how it changes your mood and how you're feeling, and I know your feelings changes kind of some interior things.
Yeah,
chemicals are released and different things happen in your body.
I prefer that didn't happen. I'd like my heartbeat to stay steady.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Moof is here, dude. Moof, you need to fucking talk on this topic. We're talking about fucking soundtracks right now.
Sound music.
Yeah, also, Moof, don't be talking about your grandparents during our podcast.
So we're doing... the pod's already open. I never closed it. So you can do pod right now.
Yeah.
To get in on this music stuff.
Merry Chrysler, everybody. Yeah. Okay, Moof is potted in. So we might have to, if Moof doesn't get in, we might have to bring him in manually because that dude's definitely got something to say about this.
Of course.
All right.
And here we go. Up next. Oh my.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. All right.
What's up, man?
All right. So, music, I am very passionate about. I would say I have very strong opinions. You bring up Ocarina of Time. There's a lot that can be said about that game.
Yeah.
Not just about its music, but
that's true.
Music in general, I think, can make or break a game.
Yeah,
I think it's more important than graphics. And I know a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but if you don't have a proper soundtrack for a game, then moments can be thrown off that are meant to be pivotal to the entire game itself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a waste.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't have good music, then, I don't know, I feel like it's not worth.
Yeah, agreed. Do you have any like particular games in mind aside from Ocarina of like a game that has a really good soundtrack?
I know this is a little non sequitur and a lot of people might not know it, but Dragon Quest has some of the most iconic music I've ever heard. And I think movies do the same thing. Like everyone can recognize Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the opening theme. So it makes sense how certain things are associated with, like certain noises are associated with certain experiences. Mm-hmm. So if you build up to an intense scene, it's going to come off a lot better than if you just have a loop in the background.
Yeah, agreed.
Although, with things like Doki Doki Literature Club...
Oh, God.
The loop in the background makes it monotonous, and it makes it... And then once something changes, it throws you for a loop. So I think that unchanging music can also be utilized in a good way. But I do think music is probably one of the most important things in a game.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So basically what you're saying is the looping music is okay if it's being intentionally used.
If it's part of like the behavior of the game.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, instead of just laziness. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up.
Next we have Moof.
Moof, what up, Moof?
Wait, oh shit, no.
Yo, shit, yes.
Yes, you're here.
You
You're
start
on the
talking
air.
right now, damn it.
Good. Okay, I didn't hear. Didn't notice that I was on. Okay,
No, it's
so
cool.
Before you start talking, do you know what the topic is, Moof?
Wait, no,
to make sure, so I didn't make a dumbass of myself 2 weeks in a row.
I thought you were going to continue your Eagle Scout stories or whatever.
No, okay, so yeah, what specifically is the topic? Just
music and games and how you feel about it, how you feel it makes or breaks a game, and just how important it is. And this can include sound effects. We're just talking about sound in games, really. Music is often like the main important thing people talk about.
Yeah.
I actually like sound effects more than music. For me in a game,
right?
Although I like music, it's slightly lower for me.
Yeah.
So I've got to say, I kind of agree with you there a little bit, despite being a bit more on the music side of things, production wise.
A bit more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but sound design is something that can really change how you feel about a game. Take example, or for example, Silent Hill. Could you imagine that game with like the sound effects from like Minecraft?
Yeah. I mean, I could imagine it.
Like,
I don't think it would be too great.
Sound effects really makes the game unique. It makes it different. It brings out a feeling that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Silent Hill also has a fantastic score, though, if we're on that topic.
Oh, yeah, no. It was absolutely amazing as well. I actually like to, when I'm talking about music and video games, I tend to cite one of my favorite games, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yep.
Playing that. Things about the soundtrack is that the instruments fit the scenery. It's not your typical orchestra with just your normal strings and brass and all that. It uses a live orchestra of traditional instruments, such as the hurdy-gurdy, something probably never heard of called the crumhorn, all very medieval.
Oh, I know all about the crumhorn, dude. You don't need to tell me about no crumhorns.
The hell is a crumhorn?
Should we Google it?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Yeah.
It's basically like if you took an oboe and an even more nasally person.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Well, we're going to throw it up on the screen right here. Boom!
Aha, I see it. It looks like a, whoa. It looks like kind of like a walking cane.
It looks like he's just sucking on a cane.
All right, very interesting.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'll have to go
in
home.
My opinion, overall, yeah, sound definitely makes or breaks a game. Music slightly less so, but it can definitely be used to tell a story.
For sure. I'm gonna have to go home and look up some sweet Crumhorn dubstep remixes.
Dubstep.
All right. Thanks, Move.
Thanks, man.
No problem, man.
Right. We're doing another. Rocket Grum Mason.
He's still muted. See if
Are you
can,
still? Oh, wait.
Wait.
I manually muted you at some point, probably because it screwed up last time. And it's unmuted. Hello.
What's up, dude?
Jesus. Hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Wow, I'm actually excited I got picked.
Cool.
So, musical wise, I'm not really too big into music, like, but video games, obviously, I love video games. I've actually recently been playing Dark Souls. I bought that. It was on sale, like $30 off.
Sweet.
And I gotta say, the music in that game is incredibly loud.
Yeah.
Like, I could be playing Overwatch, have it on 25 volume, and barely hear anything. I could switch over to Dark Souls, and it would literally blast throughout my entire house.
Yeah, especially during boss fights.
Oh, yeah. But as for my favorite score of any video game, I would have to say it would probably be Tales from the Borderlands.
Oh.
It's a really good game. It's basically the Borderlands series. I'm sure you guys heard of it or even played it before. But it's like a storytelling game.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that one had good. I haven't played that one. I've played a lot of Telltale games, but I've never really thought that they stuck out too much music wise.
I've been enjoying it. I'm halfway through the story, and I've been noticing the music in it is actually really good. The sound design is perfect. A lot of the characters have their own intro themes, and it's pretty fun to hear whenever a character shows up.
I'll have to check that one out then. I mean, I know the Borderlands games themselves had fucking awesome music.
Yeah. Tales from the Borderlands is definitely one of my favorite musical scores of all video games.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks, dude.
No problem. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
I think we're gonna jump on to multiplayer.
Yeah. And Gerardo, I see you have your mic fixed now, so if you want to pod in for the next topic, feel free to. Oh, Rocket, I'm sorry, we all just heard you moaning.
This is moaning.
Was that
my
him?
Voice? He was
was that him jizzing at the end of having the conversation with us?
No, he was thinking about the music, and he was. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. He's not doing that, people. Just relax.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so.
All right.
Next topic.
This is the Earth. So we're gonna talk about multiplayer.
Excuse me. Sorry.
All right.
So
what I want to we're gonna talk about multiplayer in games. Multiplayer in games. The pod's still open if you guys want to join in. Just do pod. Multiplayer in games has dramatically changed over the years, as some of us know. It's gone from me passing my controller on to somebody else, or me moving over or sharing a keyboard with somebody. They play on one side of the keyboard, I play on the other, to having independent controllers, to having networking. So now we have two systems and they connect over a local area network.
LAN party!
To, hey, we're going to go on the internet and play this thing. And then we're going to go beyond the internet. We're going to do a massive internet scale of everybody playing, and it's even evolved into different forms as asynchronous multiplayer. You may play a lot of mobile games that have asynchronous multiplayer. You play your turn, someone else on the internet somewhere else at some other time will play theirs, and then you kind of go back and forth over time, and it could take a day or two. So multiplayer is a massive topic with all kinds of stuff, and it is actually one of my most favorite parts of computer science is networking. I, in fact, created a network, an entire network system for Unity, which is one of the most popular networking solutions that people go on to.
All right, stop bragging.
We've got 1,000 people on our Discord.
Stop sucking your own dick.
Hold on, I'm not done sucking my own. But yeah, multiplayer is my thing. I love multiplayer and networking in general. It's a pretty interesting and very intricate process, how you get information from one side to the other, how you transpose it. And there's a lot of parts of multiplayer that people don't know about, like when some people do because people like Overwatch talk about it.
Sure.
Like what happens, if we're playing over the internet and then it takes time for data to transfer from here to there, and how do we change the game design? How does the game design change to accommodate latency? Like this guy clicked a button to shoot something, that guy doesn't know it until about could be a full second later. How do we change the design of the game? Who has how do we project that stuff? How do we change how characters move?
Yeah.
How do we change how games? How do we change how like guns shoot? How do we change like all kinds of stuff? Spells cast, like all of those things get altered based on what your network can handle, based on how much your game is doing over the network.
Yeah.
So multiplayer, it kind of, and that was the same case way back in like the time of GoldenEye and all of that, because those systems weren't very powerful, and so multiplayer in those games were more. You still had to change the design. Your hitboxes were bigger. Your response time was a little bit slower because it's an older system, so the rotation was a little bit slower. They had to account for that in like whenever you're playing two-player, how much health do you have? Because if someone's got to rotate to save themselves, how much health are we going to give them and make so they don't feel they're cheated because some guy came up on the right and they never had a chance?
Yeah. That's very valid.
Multiplayer is very complex, and it's very it changes game design dramatically whenever you add multiplayer.
Yeah, I like to point out the entire time you were saying that they were all just making fun of you in the chat.
I don't care. I love this stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm not even going to say my piece since you went on for so long.
Well,
Let's just open the pod.
What do you like about multiplayer?
Okay, well,
I like competitive co-op. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Okay. I don't care about competitive co-op at all. I don't care about competitive multiplayer. I'm not a competitive person, and it bothers me when people are being competitive when I'm not.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a fan of it. What I do love is cooperative co-op.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though cooperative means co-op, you know what I mean though.
I like you want the friendly fire off.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And I grew up on Super Nintendo Kirby Superstar with my brother and fucking Goof Troop.
You were super competitive in that one, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that was only because I wanted to be the star of that series.
Oh, okay, because that was your childhood.
Yeah, because I was so excited to be playing it. And yeah, Goof Troop as well was my fucking jam as a kid.
Yeah.
And as an adult, as a grown man now, I have a YouTube channel with a friend of mine, and we play video games together. Yeah. That's what it's about, man. That's the experience. If they could add couch co-op to every game that ever comes out, I would be ecstatic.
Also, a topic for you guys to come and rant about if you don't know anything about multiplayer or don't have a point. What are your thoughts on the industry kind of moving away from local multiplayer and going into this online world? I feel like it's a money grab. A lot of our systems are way more powerful than we give them credit for, and having 2 cameras running and like all the stuff going on in multiplayer now, it's not like it's complicated or anything.
It makes me very sad. It's super depressing.
So we're opening it up.
All I'm asking is split screen co-op on Skyrim.
On Skyrim, Skyrim's game design is not made for multiplayer. Bubblegum, you're on.
What's up, bro?
Hold on.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the guy who was saying fuck split screen. Fuck you, man.
No, you can. Hey, what do you got?
So I always used to play Mario Party like all the time when I was at home. So seeing how online multiplayer is basically taking over the entire gaming industry is kind of sort of upsetting me a little bit, but I can see in a financial standpoint why they would go away from a little bit of local multiplayer and online multiplayer, because you get so much money just from having your servers up and people
That's true.
Going in and back and forth.
Yeah. So that is true, because a lot of games now run big servers, and those servers cost a lot of money for the amount of traffic and stuff that happens on those. I get why they need the money, so rather than adding split screen even for online, like Halo did at one point, but they took it away, I think.
Yeah.
It is like, hey, I really like this game. Do you like this game, my friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that game. All right, go buy it so you can play with me.
Yeah.
And kind of get that money.
Sure.
Yeah.
That money, it's there is a need for it. Obviously, there's always greed, because that's what corporations are for, and and I respect that because it's all about building.
Yeah.
But there is also a cost to all those like server driven games.
Sure. Also, I'd like to apologize to you, Bumblegum, for saying "fuck you" at the beginning. Apparently, it was Butterball. It was Butterball. It was Butterball who was saying "fuck split screen," not you. So, you can unfuck yourself. Thanks for the call, dude.
All right, thanks. And we're going next. Next is hi, hello, good day.
Hi, hello, good day.
Good afternoon, good night, good
day.
evening. See you later. Next.
You need to stop.
Oh wow.
Oh. All right, what do you got?
Sorry.
What do you got?
Well, I got nothing, but I'll still talk anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a pod next.
But basically, everyone here says that from a financial standpoint, couch co-op would then make the game cost more for the people who are making it. But it really wouldn't. I'm not saying online networks that I get that, they have different servers and stuff. Servers cost a lot. I realize that. But I'm talking just regular couch co-op, playing with your friend, and you're in the same room with each other. It's a local co-op. And I hate that people are moving away from that because I remember playing Call of Duty back in the old days.
Sure.
And it was just me and my dad playing Call of Duty together.
Yeah.
He would beat me because he's better. I was a little kid. You know how it goes.
You have better response time.
Sure.
But now we're on the point to where we're switching off for every death because we can't play together anymore.
Exactly.
Like, it's not able. In Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you're not able to play. In Call of Duty, in the Advanced Warfare, you're not able to play. In the newest one, World War II, you're not allowed to play together. It's stupid. And I haven't found a game in the past 5 years that's allowed me to play with someone else.
Yeah, as far as what you were saying about it not costing more, I don't think that if it's something like Diablo or like like a Battle Block Theater, if they're both on the same screen,
like direct LAN, that kind of stuff, obviously doesn't count because they don't host those servers.
Yeah,
either I'm the server or my friend's the server.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why can't they just make those kind of games?
Yeah,
like all local multiplayer. It is because obviously they want 2 people to buy it rather than 1.
Yeah, and then in theory, wouldn't any game that has actual, you would know more about this than I would.
Yeah.
Any game that has actual split screen, that would be way more taxing on the system because they're rendering the same thing twice in 2 different instances, right?
Yes, that was a big problem. I think where the trend happened is around Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, because it was all about graphics. Everybody wanted the most beautiful thing in the whole world playing on their screen, and those systems were kind of crap. They were 10 years behind normal desktop computers that cost the same amount as they did, and so they put all this effort into squeezing out every little bit out of those systems. So split screen on those systems just weren't even possible for some games.
Yeah.
However, nowadays we have like Xbox One, PS4, rocking 8 gigs plus on like RAM and like.
So it shouldn't be an issue.
You got teraflops of like graphics.
Yeah.
Now it should not happen, but the damage might have already been done where they saw sales go up in PS3 and Xbox 360, and they may attribute it to removing the split screen aspect and making everybody buy their own copy.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot inside of the game industry. We think we see data. We're like, oh yeah, look, these obvious changes, but they forget about all the technological changes because the people running the show are in a different tier. Like the people who run the money don't understand any technological advances or restrictions.
Sure.
All they see is the difference in like income, and they're like, oh, yeah, obviously it's because of this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So that's like, yeah, it's one of the worst parts is like not having local multiplayer. I love local multiplayer. It's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I agree. Well, anything else you got to
add? Right before I go, it's not about co-op, but I just want to say the 3 songs that you should listen to, Brett, are Milfinito's song from DS2.
Okay.
What's it? Saraya's song from the Ocarina of Time.
I mean, I play the shit out of that song on piano. I'll have to post a video of me playing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the healing song from Majora's Mask. Those are my 3 top favorite that make the game industry one of the best. I listen to those for hours.
Yeah, the Song of Healing, that's another one. That song fucking strikes me in my soul.
right in the nutsack.
It irks my soul.
Yeah.
So hard.
All right, well, thanks for the call, dude.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
All right.
Have a good Christmas.
Yeah, you too, man.
Oh, have a good Christmas.
All right, then.
Hello.
Oh, multiplayer. Yeah. Monica.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I didn't know I needed a response.
Yeah, damn.
What's up?
You mean this
Can you
is a
guys hear me?
conversation?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay, good. So multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of local multiplayer than I am of MMO multiplayer.
Yeah.
I actually turn into like a total shy ball in like MMOs. I completely flee any contact, any talking, any like party forming. Like I panicked in World of Warcraft when I first played that because someone tried to add me to their party.
Oh yeah,
and I ripped the cord out of the wall.
Who the fuck is this?
No, I don't. I think it's more of the fear of like failure. Like this person doesn't know my skills, and I don't want to fail them.
Yeah,
they're making me join them to help them.
They have expectations from me. I can't even help myself in this game. How am I going to help the team? I definitely get that during MMOs. For sure, like 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Like I used to, I literally would flip out and just close the program.
Yeah.
But I way prefer local multiplayer, and I'm really sad that that is actually on the out in the game industry.
Yeah, it's very sad.
We do have companies like Nintendo, and Nintendo is very strong on local multiplayer. In fact, their latest device comes with 2 controllers, so that you can play with people right there anywhere. But you know, the other big guys, they just don't care.
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Nintendo is literally like the best right now. Like they're pretty much my favorite company at the moment because of what they're doing with in terms of like consoles and how they're pushing the industry. Because we've just kind of been rehashing the same thing over and over and over again, like PlayStation, Xbox, everything's just kind of been a rinse repeat, but with better graphics. And then you have Nintendo, who's like, yeah, screw that. I'm gonna release something that has like it completely just rewrites the entire industry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really hope that the success of the Switch, and critically and financially, shows
kind of changes other people's perspectives.
Shows Sony and Microsoft and any other upcoming like console designers what people want.
I think they're gonna do that as long as they get some of those other AAA titles, like they're getting Skyrim and Doom.
Yeah.
Once they start eating into the sales of the other companies, they'll start thinking. But until they do that, the other companies probably will just turn away. Like, you know, it's Nintendo. They get the kid audience, whatever. But as long as Nintendo keeps on like picking out those AAA titles, and they're like, "Hey, we could do this too," we're gonna see a change.
Yeah, I sure.
They
hope
have
so.
to basically control how the people who fund AAA companies think, because with investors being too afraid of innovation and risk taking, we actually risk having the industry stay completely stale and then eventually die. So with a company like Nintendo who says, "Screw your funding, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want," it's really good to have.
Yeah.
Damn, that got harsh. No, it's good. That got dark. No.
Dark Kovica?
Oh my gosh, get out of here. We're going to pod next.
Pod next. Goodbye.
Pod next. Geez, thanks for the call, Monica. Bethany, we did not plan that. Here you go. You get your chance to say your strong feelings once I make sure you're not muted. Okay, you're not muted. You may now talk.
Hello, good day. Made this point earlier about like couch co-op.
Yeah.
My dad and I don't play the same games. I play first-person shooters. He plays like airplane simulator stuff.
Sounds fun.
Aeroplane.
Don't make fun of the woman.
I don't know. It's one of them. I don't even play them.
Okay.
My friends live in Colorado, and I can only play with them on like not like online playing.
Sure. Yeah.
So I prefer online because I have nobody to play with on like next to me.
Oh yeah. No, that makes sense. And I feel like that's probably where a lot of people get their stance on this topic. Is if you had siblings growing up, you prefer couch co-op, and if you were an only child or like didn't have other siblings that you could play with.
Yeah, to be honest, or to be fair, what I was saying about that I love the local multiplayer. I love it, but it doesn't mean I hate the online. Online is actually my main squeeze whenever I start nerding out, as you guys saw. Because that's basically the whole thing that I wrote was only online. It wasn't really local. You could do LAN, but none of it was local.
Yeah,
that's online and local have two completely different ways of working. Because on local you have to split your screen, you have to have 2 cameras and 1 machine is processing everything.
Yeah.
And online, of course, 2 different machines are processing, and the only thing you have to worry about is the latency.
Yeah.
And how to deal with that. But online multiplayer is amazing. Otherwise, I wouldn't get to play Overwatch or like any of those old MMOs that I used to play.
All right, fair enough. Anything to add, Beth?
No, that was my entire point.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for the call.
Awesome.
We're gonna bring in a manual call next, Mr. Gerardo, who we missed out on earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Gerardo, let's get you in.
You working, bro? Is it working? Held on, ready, and unmute.
You probably got to mute Bethany also.
Hold on. We got too many people.
Sorry.
And mute.
All right. No. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? I want to say one thing first.
Yeah.
That I'm new to your channel, and I'm loving most of the videos.
Hey, thanks, man.
And
most of.
Stop thinking about it, Brett.
Because Battleblock Theater is a local game, and I don't like watching videos of local games, even though I love local games.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I feel like games are missing, because like Overwatch is a game you can't play without Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like games that you can't play local play or offline, because what if you don't have the greatest access to internet, but you want to play a game?
Yeah.
Like I live in a house where my parents have the access to turn off the Wi-Fi immediately. Right. So I have to buy games specifically to quench my multiplayer needs and my local play needs.
Yeah, of course. And also, if they're streaming like Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff, and you have too many people doing stuff on the internet, it kind of kills your online play, and you just got to go to the local.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really understand why there are certain games where like I get it with something like Overwatch where online play required, but why does something like the Need for Speed that came out in 2015? Why was that internet required? You're just driving around in a car and doing street races.
Well, here's the other problem with the trend of the industry. Everybody's moving to this server-driven game stuff.
Right.
It's mainly mobile's fault with all the mobile game success and like the billions and billions of dollars that they rack in sales every just day if you accumulate all of them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of companies are starting to say, we don't need any more of this. Like, I don't know if it was Battlefield 1. It didn't have a story or like a single player or anything, right?
No, it did.
It did.
Not the original. Yeah, that one.
Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront, the first one.
I keep mixing those. The first Battlefront only had like online, from what I recall. It had local multiplayer, but like there's nothing else I could do if I was just sitting there by myself.
Yeah.
So a lot of games like Overwatch and those kind of games are coming out that are just online only because the revenue stream.
Right.
And it is killing a lot of single player games, and it's killing a lot of like local multiplayer because you now have your extremes. Well, you can have a single player like Skyrim here, or you can have an online game. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do an online game, you might as well do the online game version that's going to make more money, like the most money, which is the ones that don't have a single player and that are just strictly online with loot boxes and crap.
Spoken as a true game dev.
Yeah, so that's where this big like split's coming, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
I understand where it's coming from. I understand their perspectives. It doesn't mean I agree with their perspectives, because most of the time it's wrong. Like a lot of people, if I went to a friend's house and I played local multiplayer on a game that I really liked, and like I got to sit there and play, and I got to see what the experience was like with someone who was already experienced in it, there's a much higher chance I'm going to go buy the game myself.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Like that kind of stuff happens, and they don't take in that for consideration.
Agreed. Anything to add, Gerardo?
Like old games.
Oh, sorry.
I remember like that's why I like old games. Like I'll go to my cousin's houses and they have like the Nintendo 64. And like this is why I got really into local play, because I go to their house even though it was like a few years ago, and like play GoldenEye or like Legend of Zelda. Even though that's not a multiplayer game, but like I play and I'm like, most games should have a multiplayer thing like this, so families and siblings and friends can bond like physically.
Yeah, I agree. Put on that Mario Party, get in a fist fight, disown your family.
And local multiplayer is much more engaging with the people you're playing with, because I don't know if anybody's been playing a lot of online games lately, but it's like pulling teeth to even talk to other people that are playing. Everybody's starting to get into this whole isolation where they just don't want to be bothered. They don't want to bother anybody. They just want to kind of hide in a corner and play online. And then there's no social aspect, which is like the whole point of multiplayer. So like play with people.
Yeah.
Because at that point, what's the difference between? How do you know it's not just AI that the developers wrote? Like you don't even know, because they're not speaking, they're not interacting, they're just running around doing crap. The only time you really know that it's not AI is if they start acting like idiots.
Yeah.
But
it's a good point.
It's just not social.
And when it is social, it's like really like more like offensive remarks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like on multiplayer games. I just like that, but that's pretty much all I have to say.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well,
thanks for the call, dude. Let's do
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too,
yeah,
man.
nice to talk to you.
Let's do one more person. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do one more.
One more.
There is something I want to say in between.
Yeah.
About a multiplayer experience. Like, this is one thing that I love about multiplayer games. I was playing a what was it? It was Battlefield.
Yeah.
4. I think it was. Yeah. And like I was the squad leader.
Okay.
And like I was somewhat role playing, somewhat being silly.
Yeah.
So like there's experiences that I just can't recreate anywhere else that wasn't multiplayer. So we got into a map and I was squad leader. I was like, all right, we need to do this. Here's what we're doing. You get that side. Like I would tell each person what to do.
Yeah.
And then I would take, and then of course I'm also shooting people too. So I'm going here, you go there. And like whenever I started doing that, and the people started like talking and like interacting with me.
Yeah.
One guy was like, "Save my spot in the squad. I'm gonna go get a burrito." like really low, like he didn't want to, because he didn't talk at all, but he obeyed like all the orders. But he like came on to say, "Man, can you save my spot in the squad?" Because he had so much fun like playing with us.
Oh, it's awesome.
And like there was games that like we were getting, if you know Battlefield 4, like. On the small maps, when they lock you at your home base, it's pretty much game over.
Oh yeah.
Like my squad went all the way to we executed a plan perfectly and wound up taking the entire map back and then locking them on their own side.
Yeah.
All because of the interactivity that I had with my squad. Like I planned us to like we timed out when we would run all the way up the side where no one would find us. We timed out when we would take the base. We timed out how long we stood in the base while people were attacking us.
Yeah.
And then when we died enough times, I said, all right, we need to go to the next one, because our guys started spawning there. And when I thought it was enough people, they would sit there and fight the battle, and we'd go back, take everything.
Nifty.
We wound up winning that one. It was amazing. Probably one of my most favorite online gaming moments.
I've had a lot of experiences like that with Destiny, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Just, it feels so good.
So yeah, I guess I am kind of on board with the, if it's done right. The online aspect of multiplayer can be done fucking well.
Yeah.
It can work in with the team, whether it's people you know or people you don't know. That feeling of like camaraderie.
Yeah.
You can't really get that too much from couch co-op.
Yeah. And of course there's also the benefit of kicking people whenever they're like being annoying. Like you can't do that with a friend. You're like,
that's true.
Get off my couch, go home.
I mean, you can.
You can, but then there's a lot of social problems.
It might cause some strain in the friendship, yeah.
All right, we're doing the next one.
One
Ready?
more.
And next... Secondly, third, David.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey. Hi. So back to the split screen thing.
Yeah.
I don't think like every game should have to have it, but like every multiplayer game should.
Yeah.
Shut up, Brett.
Because my brother, he has an Xbox One. He just got Call of Duty World War II, and he wanted me to play with him. But in the mode we were doing, we couldn't do that. But like every other Call of Duty, you've been able to do that, and now they've just gotten rid of that ability.
Which mode was it?
What's up?
Which mode was it?
Zombies.
Really? They didn't have split screen zombies?
They didn't?
Nope. You had to do it online. And I wasn't gonna get an Xbox One and get World War II.
That's
just
fucking
to occasionally
ridiculous.
play with
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, they have zombies on Black Ops 3, so you can just go back and do the other ones, I guess.
We'll just keep going back to the old games until they get it.
Yeah. Anything else to add? Because I agree with you completely.
No, not really.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for bringing that point up. That makes me mad, actually.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, no problem. Okay, cool. So that's the last call we're gonna take on the topic of multiplayer. Well, you look like you got something to say, Brent.
No, I mean that's basically wraps this up.
Yeah.
We are gonna take somebody's question.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll for a question.
Yeah. Well, so first, thanks so much, guys, for talking about video games with us. We love talking about video games. We love video games.
And if you do have a point on multiplayer, I hope you typed it in podcasting, because
it's still going to be in the video.
Yeah, it's going to be in the video if you have a point. That's the whole point of recording the chat. So yeah, thanks for joining us on this epic journey. Yeah. Sorry, I knew multiplayer was going to get long because I love it so much.
Yeah.
But
it's
don't take that out of context.
Yeah, you know what? If it's something that people still feel like they got something to say about, There's still so many other facets of game design we can talk about. We can come back to part 3 of multiplayer.
Oh, with multiplayer part 2, yeah.
Yeah, and then do some other topics.
We didn't even cover asynchronous multiplayer. We didn't even cover like same keyboard.
Exactly, asynchronous. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we'll take a question. If anybody wants to ask us a question, go ahead and pod in right now.
We got a pod open, so anybody can go ahead and drop your pod.
Pod.
Drop a pod.
Podrick Payne.
Podrick Pod. Podrick Pods.
That's a Game of Thrones character, Podrick Payne.
Oh, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
He's the best character. He's like a super dweeby, like fat, like chubby guy. Not fat. I shouldn't say fat. He's chubby. He's super dweeby. But then he's
fat
like
with a PH. He's
cool. Exactly. But at one point he gets paid, or somebody like buys him some prostitutes, and fucking like he turns out to be like the most amazing like sex god that's ever existed.
Someone bought him some prostitutes?
Yeah, as a
out of the kindness of their hearts?
Yeah, dude, this is Game of Thrones we're talking about. He saved someone's life, and as payment, the guy who got his life saved was like, "Here, on me."
Here, I got tons of money.
Yeah, so basically, Podrick Payne is me. If anyone was asking.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah, exactly. Merry Christmas. Here's a whore. That's exactly what it was. All right, so
we're potting next. Are you ready, Bob? There goes.
Dude, God, can you stop yelling for 5 seconds?
You need to lower my voice, okay?
Don't yell. How about that?
No, listen, I've been muted on so many different servers for being too loud. Okay, I'm naturally loud. My mom has hearing aids. Calm down.
I'm calm. You're coughing, you're yelling so loud.
Yeah. All right, give us a question.
I'm coughing out of shock. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was typing out a joke and you messed me up. How dare you?
I dare. Do you have a question?
Yeah, what's your question, man?
Yes, I do have a question. I do have a topic question that I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
The weirdest things that you have ever woken up to, or like the weirdest ways that you have woken up from a dream. Okay, and my first.
I got one.
What? It's a good one.
Go ahead.
Do yours first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
The weirdest way that I've ever woken up is that I woke up and I decided to jump out of bed immediately for some reason, even though I wasn't fully awake.
Yeah.
And I just ended up stepping on like toys. I was like 10 at the time, so bunk bed, toys everywhere. So I jump out of bed immediately after waking up. I get so lightheaded, I fall down and hit head first into the wall that's opposite of my bed. And I make such a dent. I'm sorry for cussing. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Such a dent.
Fuck you for cussing.
That it goes into the wall, past the second wall that leads into the wall of my mom's room, and all of a sudden, it's like, from what I could imagine,
you all right there?
Breathe.
A really loud bang, and she just sees her son's forehead in her wall.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's worried mom alert.
By the way, people inside of the chat, you can answer this question by typing it out.
Yeah, type your answer.
Type out what your answers are before we end this video.
Yeah, I don't have anything too crazy.
Man, I got like 10, and I'm only going to tell 3.
Yeah, you're going to tell 3? No, tell 1.
No, I'm going to tell
the best one right now.
There are 3 good ones.
God damn it. Okay, the only one I can think of that's coming to mind is, for anyone that doesn't know already, I used to be a Boy Scout. Okay, you all right there?
I'm fine.
All right. All right.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, do we need to mute you while we answer?
No, it's all right.
No, I'm just dying over here.
Okay, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I remember one time on a campout, I woke up and there was a tarantula on my leg.
Oh,
so that might have been like the weirdest thing that I ever woke up to.
I had a whole bunch of pet tarantulas at one point.
Oh, really?
There was some downpour, but was that it?
I mean, yeah. The thing is, I woke up with the tarantula on my leg, but I didn't even realize it was on my leg until I got like 10 steps out of my tent.
It just stuck on there?
Yeah, it was just on my leg. It was chilling. It might have even been asleep. I don't even know.
That's one resilient. Wait, it's asleep and stuck on there?
Yeah, but
Jesus.
Thank God I was actually sleeping in my jeans that night.
Okay.
So like I didn't even feel it. It didn't bother me.
Well, I mean, I don't know of any tarantulas that like purposely just climb up on people and start attacking them.
Yeah, that's true. They have to be agitated.
Yeah.
So basically, the point is
they're pounce killers.
Yeah,
for the most part. I mean, them jumping on you isn't going to kill you.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. The worst part was getting them off without pissing them off. But I found Oh, okay.
In the sexiest kind of ways.
Once again, the fucking masturbating spiders. Why do we keep coming back to that?
Getting one off.
I think it's just a sign that we need to make it happen.
I don't know.
Basically, I just found a really big stick, and I kind of pried him off without getting him too angry, and everything worked out. And it's the first time I've ever seen a tarantula in the wild, and I haven't seen one since, so it was kind of cool.
All right, I gotta go. My mom's making meatloaf, okay?
All right, enjoy your meatloaf.
Go easy on your mom, dude.
Enjoy your meatloaf.
I hope you paid to fix that wall.
So I got 3.
Yeah, all right, go on.
I got a whole bunch, and some include like there's I don't even. I'll skip it. Okay, so there's one when I was a kid.
Yeah,
it wasn't that crazy. I rolled over and fell into my toy box, and like I couldn't get out, and I was like knocked the wind out of me, and so I was sitting there like like choking to death instead of a toy box. Another one was I dreamt that I got up and got completely ready for everything. And as I opened, like 100%, like I saw me put on the socks. I did the entire routine. I ate breakfast, talked to my mom. As I opened the door to leave, I woke up. Oh, nice. That was the weirdest thing because it was, I didn't even, when I woke up, I was scared that something reset because I didn't realize it was a dream, that it was a dream.
Oh, yeah.
At the time it happened because it was so real. And that was a weird one.
On topic of that, I have another one I can tell. It's not exact, but I'll say it at the end. Go ahead.
The third one was when I was younger. I've never had anything, any body part fall asleep for so long that you cannot feel it. And you cannot move it. I woke up one morning and I was sleeping on my arm wrong.
Yeah.
And I woke up and my arm was just completely dead. I couldn't feel it, couldn't move it, couldn't even like. I was like, holy shit! Like, I was picking up my hand with my other arm and I was dropping it. I was like, my God, what have I done?
Oh Jesus!
And for 5 minutes, it felt like 5 minutes. For like 5 minutes, it was like that, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna? What happened? Like, how does this even work? And then I felt like a small tingle on my pinky, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And then after that, for some reason, I had a stretch of like 3 weeks where I did it every other day.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I just got used to it. And I was like, well, I'll wake up in like 10 minutes.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
So the one I wanted to mention is when I was in the first 2 years of high school, freshman and sophomore, I had to take through my church like a really super early morning like religion class. That the class started at 6 a.m. So we had to wake up at 5:30 a.m. And it was dark out every single time I woke up. And I remember one day I woke up and I ate my cereal and I took my shower and I brushed my teeth and I got all ready, got my backpack, went to go wake my mom up to take me, and realized it was like 11 o'clock at night. And it wasn't even the morning yet. So basically I like got up and did my whole morning routine like 2 hours after going to bed. Yeah.
I've had those times when you just wake up
and
you're like, man, I am so rested.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at the clock, it's like 1:30 a.m. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I only had one REM cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Yeah. Well, cool. So I hope all of you answered that question in the chat as we were talking.
Gave you some time.
Yeah, and as always, thank you so much for being a part of our podcast. It's so fucking cool to talk to you all, you guys. Whether it's just in Discord or on the YouTube comments or in the podcast, we fucking love you guys, and it's so cool to have such an awesome community.
It really is, and we do it every week. If you don't know, if this is your first time joining or you just weren't paying attention, every week we do this, and we'll announce it inside of the podcasting channel.
Yeah.
So you on YouTube, I'm talking to you. I'm even pointing right now.
I see you.
You're not on Discord.
Don't be looking away. We're talking to you.
You're gonna get your ass on Discord if you so choose. But you're gonna get on Discord and you're gonna come join this community because it's full of awesome people, and you get to join our podcast. We want more podcast people.
Hell yeah. We need to make that list on the left like twice that size. It needs to go bigger.
We need to break Discord. That's our goal. Join. So many people need to join. We need to break Discord with how many people are in the voice chat.
Dude, that's basically my goal now.
What? Breaking Discord?
We got to break Discord. Yeah,
I think so.
Break the internet.
All right. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
This is Gamer Bust signing off.
This has been Game or Bust. Can you make any sounds without choking at the end?
Nope.